Good evening, all. Ira Epstein of Linn Associates with your metal market wrap-up for this Thursday, November 12th, 2020, just after 7 p.m. Central Time. Let me just make life simple. We're back in the thralls of which side of the post are you placing a bet on. One side, COVID is ramping through. I live in Chicago. You'll read that we're a voluntary shut-in. Voluntary, not involuntary. Voluntary shut-ins. The runs on toilet paper, the runs on sanitizers, paper towels. It's full-fledged in the stores. The parking lots are full. The mayor has declared a 30-day voluntary, and she said if people don't pay attention to it, we're going back to the mandatory. Curfews are coming back on. Restaurants and bars are already closed. It's getting very serious, and there's great concern here that our hospitals will become, unfortunately, so saturated they won't be able to take care of people the way they should. Big concerns. Utah's already there. Other cities are experiencing it. Or do you take the bet, the vaccines? Well, we're going to see some shots done, possibly the end of November, the first round. Which side of the ledger do you want to place the bet on? The first side could shut us down again, and I'm talking big cities in America. What does that do for the economy? The other phase is, yeah, you get through this, but you've got the vaccine. Welcome to the world. That's what you're dealing with. So the gold market, the silver market, these markets are fighting to say which side of the bet makes more sense right now. The market will tell us. That's how it looks. Gold and the euro fighting for dominance in that as well. The bond market came fully back to life. It really retreated from that 1% area, all, in my opinion, due to the COVID. There'll be no relief bill. President Trump has turned over the negotiations to Senate Majority Leader McConnell. He's washed his hands of it. So you can forget that until probably the new Congress gets seated. In taking a look at the gold, we're down $74 for the week, and this is a weekly chart of only closes. The market's on the defensive because it's under the 18-week closes of 19, 18, 20. Close over that, this chart will look very different. Right now, it's on the defensive. The last serious break low on a closing basis was 1857.80. The market is trying, I think, to not get back down to that number. When we go to just a daily bar chart, you have what we call now a market that is formed a wedge right here. You can see, you can almost see the top and the bottom coming together. The market's trying to figure out what way to come out of that. When we take a look at the chart pattern, you're still caught in the 4-day-ago range, that monster range that the gold market had. That is a daily chart, folks. And that was when the COVID vaccine and everything came out, and we got the news of the president-elect winning the elections for all purposes. Well, away you go down here with that, and you're just sort of sitting. You haven't done anything to come away from that low, but you also haven't gone through that low for a new leg. The resistance in the market starts at the 18-day average of closes, 1895.80 up to the 100-day. Is there anything on this pattern that could become bullish? No. Is there anything on the current pattern that can get another leg bearish? Yes. If you take out this 1853.90, you could end up with lower highs, then lower lows. What would that set up potentially? Well, it would set up a challenge of the lower Bollinger Band at the 1841.90 level. So that's how I'm reading the chart at this point. In terms of momentum, it is oversold. So the bears have the edge since the bias is down. Oversold markets typically don't attract new sellers. That's what you've got right here, and you don't have any reason yet to be bullish. In the gold-silver ratio, as I said, I think silver's acting better than gold, and the market is agreeing as the market is staying under the 18-day average of closes. When you're over it, you need more ounces of silver to buy an ounce of gold. Under it, the lower the number goes, you need less ounces. So silver's value, you can look at in terms of that on a relative basis. When I look at the silver chart, with today's action, the trend turned up. You have higher lows, higher highs. I want to finish this up. You need to stay over on a closing basis 24.34.40. You're at 24.37. That gives the bias up. If the market can move away from this to the upside, you have a strong possibility that you will start flipping back to a bullish position if the 18-day average gets over the 100. You get another bullish crossover. Let's look at the other side. The market comes up here, fails, and gets back under 2381. You then have lower highs, a lower low, putting into play the 2312 area. This is really an important juncture for the silver market. Copper market. As I told you, I thought the market was going to fight a battle at the 18-day average of closes, and it is doing so. What it's got is it has a legacy of higher lows, but with current action, you have lower highs. So the market is again bringing itself in just like that, which makes sense. We're all so scared about what is this COVID newest outbreak to hit our country going to do to the U.S. economy and world demand. Even Japan has seen a big uptick in COVID cases. And generally speaking, the Asian countries, they have done a phenomenal job in controlling it, better than the European, in my opinion, and in the US. But COVID is COVID. It doesn't care race, color, creed, where you're at. Once it comes, this thing's nasty. And again, while we have a vaccine, it has not been approved. You're all going to be screaming, why isn't it out there? I'm not a doctor. I don't know, and I'm not the FDA. So, I don't know enough about that to even begin to weigh into that. I'm just telling you what we have. So you're sitting right there. This is the battleground off of that too. Same identical thing in the platinum market. You think that this market's not looking at it. Gee, what's it going to mean for car sales? What's it going to mean for other industrial uses? Are the factories going to shut down again? Are they going to just let the workers that have to go to work go? But if this thing's even worse, who wants to go to work? This is what the market is dealing with, and that's where you're at with it right now. Palladium, same story. So that is how I'm reading what is going on. Doesn't mean I'm reading it right. In the dollar index, I remain in the bear camp at this point in time. The market has a pattern of lower highs and lower lows. There's that if. All it takes is a move over 93.19. That's 20 points away. And you would have higher lows, a higher high, stay over this, you get bullish, it turns down the euro, and that acts as a deterrent on the gold with higher dollar. But part of this equation also comes in, what are people going to buy if they're really fearful? Are they going to buy the dollar and the yen again? Do they want to own U.S. Treasuries because they don't know what to do? How bad is this going to get before that vaccine gets released into the society? How long does it take to release? What if it worked in a test that doesn't work as good? I can go on and on and on. That's what you're dealing with right now. I cover this exact scenario. I'm laughing because I did it early in the week in my special report on silver. Now, in this report in silver, what I'm doing is I'm covering the monthly, the weekly, the daily. Those are charts. Then I'm giving you the seasonality of the chart. Then I'm giving you the price counts. And then for those of you that trade SLV, I walk you through the same type of scenario with the SLV. So whatever you want is there. If you're my subscriber, it's free. If you're not, you get 3 views of my reports every 365 days, and after that, there's a charge. I had one person call me and say, I'm being foolish to only charge what I do for the report if you've gone through those. They're right. This report's 20 minutes of a video. If you had to write it, just imagine how much data would be in there. I give you detailed analysis, giving you an idea as to what I'm seeing both short-term and long-term for the silver market and the reasons why on the chart. To view it, go to our website under research. As I said, you have 3 views every 365 days. After that, you're still allowed to view, but if you're going to pay a small fee. If you're a subscriber, every view is free to you. I'm Ira Epstein. You have a great day. I'll talk to you tomorrow.